I hope everybody having a good Friday. We're gonna end off into the sunset with this video on this beautiful Friday. Hopefully everybody got paid, everything went good. And want to talk about the perception of Kell Brook and kind of a timeline that to speak on real quick. And Kell Brook, he was supposed to, he kind of went under the radar, for a while, in his career, because he didn't step up and fight anybody for a long time. He pretty much took his time. When a guy like Amir Khan, I guess his rival, hit the ground running in the pros even after a knockout. It seems like Kell Brook was taking baby steps and, pretty much taking his time. There's no problem with that. Then he really hit on the scene when he was supposed to face Devin Alexander for the IBF title. I think he pulled out that fight 2 or 3 times, and then Devin got injured. So then he pulled out one last time, and then Devin just fought Sean Porter. Porter gave Devin Alexander the business, and that pretty much launched Sean Porter's popularity in his career. But then you heard about Kell Brook possibly coming over to fight Tim Bradley. He said the money wasn't good enough or whatever the issue was with that. Then he was supposed to fight Sean Porter. I think he got injured or something happened where the fight kept getting pushed back and nobody thought the fight was really going to happen. And at this point, after the Alexander thing and the Bradley talks fell apart, people really was calling him, scary, a pussy, a bitch, any word that was, similar or comparable to that. He fought Sean Porter and he gained some of that respect, a lot of that respect back. I think a lot of people respected him. Some people hated on him that was going for Porter or just dislike holding in the sport of boxing. I have no problem with calculated holding. And, he was calculating holding Sean Porter. He's a very wild and sloppy fighter, at least with his head. I have no issues with Kell Brook that held it. I thought he won the fight. I think it was close enough for a rematch. But after that, the shady-ass IBF, I guess Eddie Hearns, slid them some money. They dropped Sean Porter out of the top 25. I just did a video of that this week or last week. Check the archives for that. So, then he's supposed to fight Brandon Rios. Those fights, then those talks didn't articulate too far. Then he had a fight with Diego Chavez. He pulled out of that. And, in between that, he fought Kevin Brizier and Jojo Dan. With the quickness, quicker than quick. Now, Errol Spence is mandatory. IBF grants him another voluntary defense or a voluntary defense. He moves up. Well, actually, he's supposed to fight Jesse Vargas. He backdoored Jesse Vargas and, fought Triple G because there was more money involved and he could save face. And a lot of people could say at least he got hard and fought Triple G, even though he knew he was going to lose with Triple G. He put on a good showing and he gained a lot of respect with American fans, and that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people respected him for that fight. He stood up to Triple G. He didn't back down, didn't ask for catchweight, didn't fight like a bitch. A lot of people, was getting turned on to Kell Brook. He was hot. Then he stretched out the Errol Spence thing when he just could have dropped the belt, said, I'm not sure if I can make the weight. I need to heal. And he didn't do that. He strung it out, and now like he's going to fight Errol Spence against his team Witches instead of moving to 154. But his team, I realize, is killers at 154 as well. And Errol Spence is going to move up to 54 in due time. A lot of people is looking at Kell Brook funny right now.